And we're here with Arabelle, who is one of the co-founders of Chris Dahe Cleaning.
Yes.
Which is basically a combination of all three names
Yeah.
of the founders of the business.
Correct.
Just a very quick question on how you guys started up. Was it a business that you set up because of GAWIN.PH, or you set up before GAWIN.PH?
It was before GAWIN.PH.
Okay.
So it was more of an idea wherein we anticipate that there will be a need for housekeeper in the future because of the booming business of condo.
How did you find out about GAWIN.PH?
Oh, it was through a friend. They set out an FB boost, I think. And then one of my friends forwarded to me that particular boost, and then
It's an ad, basically, the ad. That
yes,
you saw,
in
right?
Facebook.
Okay.
And then she said, oh, maybe you could look at this as an opportunity. And then I looked at it, and then I signed up immediately. And thus, we started becoming one of the contractors of GAWIN.PH sometime in November last year.
Okay. I want to know, like, before you joined GAWIN.PH and after you joined GAWIN.PH, did you notice an increase in terms of the sales?
Yes, there was a dramatic increase. It was really a good platform for us to reach our market. So prior to having GAWIN.PH as a platform, we were having around 20 to 30 clients a month, and that doubled in after 3 months of signing up with GAWIN.PH.
So, Foy, let's talk about money matters over here. Now, I'm very curious, when you started off the business, I'm sure you weren't sure as to what would be the business model behind GAWIN.PH. How did it start off in Malaysia?
We looked at a few different business models.
Okay.
And we felt that what worked really well for both sides was the credit system, which is essentially the service providers would buy a pack of credits upfront, and
Okay.
whenever they responded to the customers, those credits would be deducted.
Now, my question is, if it is good repeat business, then they can just cut you out of the transaction after the first transaction with the person. So somebody cleans my house, hey, okay, we don't have to go through GAWIN.PH anymore. I can just go straight to you every time.
Yeah. So I get that question a lot. It's a good question, right? But ultimately, there are a few things that I think a lot of people don't see, which is when a consumer comes to us, he isn't always looking for the same service, exactly the same service. Like, just take a plumbing repair, for example.
Okay.
Sometimes the service provider that did that earlier plumbing service isn't necessarily going to be able to do this one, or he might not be within his expertise, in which case you'd have to submit another request.
Okay.
So when we look at our data, we see actually a lot of a good level of repeat purchase from people who have previously submitted requests.
But will they still go through you
Exactly.
every
They
time?
do. They do a lot, and I would say, and the reason for that is simply because the value proposition that we give to a customer is very high. Like, submitting a request is free. You get to compare, everything is done on the platform. It's really
Okay.
convenient. So even if I had previously submitted a request for plumbing or wedding photography or whatever, I'm very likely to have a different need when it comes to the next round of my service. As a result of which I'll look at GAWIN again.
Is there sort of a loyalty program for them to keep on coming
We're
back to
working
you?
on that. We're working on that. But we also have a lot of product and tech features, which shoots out, let's say, emails and other promotional stuff. Not necessarily discounts, but just to maintain and keep that retention with the customers. And we liken ourselves, when it comes to selection, right? We liken ourselves very much to, let's say, an e-commerce platform like Amazon.
Okay.
You buy a camera on Amazon. You don't need a camera for the next 5 years. But you know that Amazon gave you a good experience with the delivery. It's fast, it's easy. Whenever you need to buy something else, you go back
So
there.
it's just totally convenient, therefore just go to GAWIN.PH.
It's convenient, it's easy, and because an individual's needs are so diverse, having that all-encompassing platform creates that retention and that repeat for us.
Now, the next question is, people were asking was, who are your competition right now? Are these the tuberos who put up their telephone pole, who put up their signs on telephone poles? Who are your biggest competition that you see here right now? And are you helping them grow their business, or actually competing with them at the same time?
That's actually a very good point that you raised. Typically when you ask the question about competitors, it's always, is there another startup doing it or whatever? But we see it, the main competitor as the old way of people doing things.
Okay.
Right. It's always been traditionally, you know, if I need someone, I'll ask someone and so on. But in this day and age, I think we've made great progress, you know, with social media and all of those things. We see GAWIN as a platform that can provide a lot of good, a lot of convenience, and it's helping us go out there really quickly. So, you know, if I had to answer that question on competition, I think it's progressively changing attitudes to and ultimately making GAWIN that default platform or that default behavior.
What are you guys looking forward to in the next maybe 3 to 5 years? Are you looking to, of course, grow the type of services which you offer? How will you be more proactive in securing more service providers? And what are the other countries you plan to look into?
Right. So for us, you know, we've got big aspirations, put it that way. We see, as I mentioned in the early part of our discussion, we see ourselves as a regional company, as a Southeast Asian company, right? So we want to expand into the rest of Southeast Asia. And right now, we're just in the capital cities of each of the countries that we're in. We have a lot of plans to expand further. In the Philippines, for example, we're in Metro Manila. We're going to be expanding outwards. But I think at the end of the day, the long-term goal really is to be the go-to platform for local services in any country that we're in across Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, for coming onto the website, whether it's GAWIN.PH or Kautim in Malaysia, for it to be the default behavior. You know, whenever you think about services, it's no longer about, you know, calling mom and dad for a referral or whatever. It's going straight to GAWIN just because it gives you the best experience and gets you the best service providers.
Now, I want to ask you the most important question right now. You seem to be doing very good. It's helping grow a lot of businesses right now. A lot of service providers are tripling their business right now. But my question is, how are you doing with GAWIN.PH? Are you guys making money here in the Philippines?
Yeah, we are. And, you know, as mentioned, we are venture capital funded, right? But we use that money for growth. And I think the way we look at it, firstly, we're very, very careful with our money. You know, we don't spend lavishly and everything. We really see ourselves as a startup company, right? Starting from building from the bottom up. Being very, very careful with what we spend, making sure that in as much as we want to grow and expand the business, that we have solid unit economics, that it makes sense on a business perspective. So yes, we are making money. You know, we're not profitable yet, but that's what we're moving towards, and just taking a lot of small steps and just being very measured in everything that we do. And ultimately, I think going back to that whole idea or that dream of building a business such as the one that we have, it's very much a question of value. As I said, you know, our success is going to be very much a reflection of the successes of our service providers.
So it sounds like you're making money. You prepared for this answer over here right now. Okay, thanks so much. And good luck to GAWIN.PH. I look forward to accessing the app very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. So the next time your house is in a mess, or your toilet is clogged, or you've got a pile of dirty laundry at home, don't call your mom and dad. Go online and check into GAWIN.PH. I'm RJ Ledesma. Join me again next week for another bright idea.